Hello and welcome to your second tutorial on Bootstrap. Today we'll talk a little about typography and what we can do using text on our web pages. So the first thing that I've done, as you can see, I've added in a p tag with the class attributes and I've added in text muted, and as you can see my text is now a little grayish. Next up, let's duplicate this. Next up, let's change muted for primary and let's save it and refresh, and as you can see my text is now blue. Let's also duplicate this and change primary for success. Let's also change it in here. Now let's save and refresh. We now have green text. Let's change success for info, which is information. We get dark blue text. Now let's change it for warning, which is in the case when you have a warning on your web page, which is sort of like a orangey color. Let's duplicate it, change it for danger. Now save and refresh. We get red text, and besides changing text color, we can also change the background of our text. So that is BG, and the first one, let's try primary. Also change it in here. Now when we save and refresh, we get a blue background for our primary text. Now let's change BG primary for success. Let's also change it in here. Save and refresh, and we get light greenish bluish text. Let's change success for info, which is again information. Now let's save this and refresh, like a dark blue color. Duplicate once more, change it for warning. Now let's save, refresh. It's sort of like a pinky orangey color. And lastly, let's write danger, which will be red. Save and refresh. Now we have red background, and we can also make our text smaller or bigger. This is due to lead, so type in lead and I'll write lead text here so we know which is which. Now when we save and refresh, our text is now a little bit bigger than the original p tag size, and there's also small, which is basically small text. Save and refresh, and now we have small text. Now let's go ahead and add in some text for our p tag. So in this small text area, add in some text, and when we save and refresh, we now have our small text, and we can change its value to text right, so it will be lined up from the right, as we can see right here. As you can see, let's change text right to text centered, just like we can do with text align in CSS. Text lines up in the center of my web page. Let's change text center to justify. Now let's save and refresh. Both sides have equal lines. Both sides are equal, as you can see. And when we change it to no wrap and save and refresh, we get horizontal scrolling, as you can see. We can also change it for lowercase, so everything will be lowercase, as you can see. There's also uppercase, just like this, and there's also capitalize. Let's save this and refresh our page. As you can see, every word starts with a capital. We can also add in another value besides the first one, so we can type in something like BD primary if we want. And when we save and refresh, my text is now both in blue, so the background is in blue, and I have capitalize on. Let's move on and let's create a unordered list. So a UL tag, close your UL tag, and inside of these UL tags, let's make LI tags, and let's make random names, so Chloe, Joe, and Zoe, for example. And so when we save and refresh, we get our simple unordered list. And so if we want the bullet points to be gone, we add to our UL tag class =, 2 quotation marks, list unstyled. And when we save and refresh, as you can see, both our margin and our bullet points are gone due to list unstyled. We can also change it to list in line, so they should be lined up next to each other, just like this. And let's move on and let's make a table. So type in table, close your table tag, and inside of our table tag, let's make a T head tag, as we remember from our old lessons. And inside of the T head tag, let's make a TR tag, and inside of the TR tag, we're going to make TH tags, TH 1 2 3, let's say, name, surname, and email. And let's go ahead and close our TR tag, TR. Let's also close our T head tag. And when we save and refresh, we get just this simple random name, surname, email thing. Now let's go down here and let's create a T body tag, in which we'll make also TR tags. And in the TR tags, and in the TR tag, we'll create TD tags, table data cells basically. And let's just write the random names again, so Zoe, and let's say her surname is Jenkins, and her email, so Zoe at mail.com, for example. And let's go down here, let's close our TR tag, and let's also close our T body tag, and let's copy this, paste it 3 times, and change the names just like this. And so when we save this and refresh, you can see that we get something that looks like this, and it just looks really messy. So let's give our table tag some values. So go up to your table tag, and first of all, let's give it table striped. Let's give it class =, table. And so when we save and refresh, we get a table instead of just sentences. And let's also add in table stripe, so now we'll get lines between each name, as you can see right here. Let's add in table hover, and so when we hover over, you can see that they change color just like this. And we can also add in table condensed, and when we save and refresh, it gets a little more compact. Lastly, let's add in active, and let's also give this to one of our TR tags. So let's say we want it to be the second one. In our third TR tag, let's add in a class =, and let's type in info. So this is where the active one will be, just like this. As you can see, it's now blue, so it means it's selected. And we can also change info with, let's say, danger. Save and refresh, and it's now red. So all of these background colors we can add to our email. And so let's move on. Let's say we want to add in an image. So img src =, 2 quotation marks, and pic.jpg, and I'll just close it at this. And so when we save and refresh, we now get this huge picture on our web page. And as you can see, it is not responsive at all. And so what we can do is we can add in a class attribute with img responsive. And so when we save and refresh, my picture will now become responsive, as you can see right here. And besides it being responsive, we can change it to being rounded. Add in a line here. Now save and refresh. As you can see, the corners are now rounded. And we can change rounded with circle. So this means that it's at its maximum radius, just like this. And so yeah, that was all that I had prepared for today. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.